the NBA draft. We'll have round one tonight. Mike Rhodes practiced his team this morning because Mike Rhodes is going to New York to be with Yanic Konan Niederhauser tonight for the draft. It's interesting. He is somewhere between 27 and 35. I believe the Clippers sit at 27. I don't know if you've got that in front of you or not. But that's where they draft. Remember when Penn State went out, I should say remember because I don't think fans know. Penn State went out to California and played UCLA on a Saturday. Yanic couldn't play. He did some shooting work, limited in Pauley Pavilion.
Brooklyn looks like sits at 27. Brooklyn, Celtics, Suns, and...
Where do the Clippers sit?
I wonder if the Clippers, do they not have a first-round pick?
Okay, where are the Clippers in the second round then?
Yeah, the Clippers gave up their first-round pick to the Thunder, pick 24.
Okay.
Let's see where they sit at second round.
Because I think that they become a very interesting...
Well, the question becomes, do they have a draft pick?
Yeah, they do.
Is that the Clippers logo? What is this? There's a logo that is unidentifiable at the end of the first round and then pick 21 of the second round. Let me see if that would be the Clippers logo. Clippers used to have a very simple logo.
And the last thing we need to do is have you.
The Clippers, that is the Clippers logo. They pick 30, and then they pick in the second
30,
round.
which is the last pick of the first round.
What a horrible logo. Good Lord. Remember when they used to say LAC on the logo? It was very easy to identify.
Yeah.
My goodness. What on earth is that?
The reason I bring them up is this. Penn State played UCLA on a Saturday. Yanic did some late shooting on Friday and did a little late shooting, but we knew he wasn't going to play against UCLA at Pauley. On that Sunday, though, Penn State practiced at the Intuit Dome in Inglewood, which is where the Clippers, that's where their new home is, just right near SoFi Stadium, just down the street. And Yanic did limited work, but the Clippers had the Clippers, like some of their people were there, and they talked with him. They wanted to, get a read on him. And they're sitting at 30. A lot of people are saying he might go 35 to the Sixers. I
don't know about that. I think
the team I'm looking at are the Clippers.
Yeah, I think
Now, it doesn't matter. I mean, it doesn't matter. If that were to happen, I was talking to Scott Pera this morning, the basketball general manager. Maybe I think it was yesterday Scott and I talked. And I said, highest draft pick they've had. I said, I said, I don't know what you have to say about what Jesse Arnell was drafted. I have no idea in 1955 or whatever it was. I said, but the highest draft pick Penn State's had has been Jalen Pickett at 32. I say he's not the last draft pick because that same draft Seth Lundy was taken, 46 or something like that by Atlanta. And I said, Yanic could eclipse that. And I know yesterday Mike Rhodes was on FaceTime with him, so I got at least a chance to wave at him and tell him hi. Told me, I said, Yanic, you earned this. And so we'll find out tonight. We know Cooper Flagg's going 1. I'm pretty sure that Dylan Harper's going 2 to San Antonio. And then after that, the wild card ends up being Ace Bailey.
Yeah, because I think 3 and 4 have the potential to be.
I mean, Bailey's the wild card because it seemed like he'd been locked into that third spot for a long time, and then he's had a rather bizarre workout and interview What his ideas of workouts and interviews are a little bit
different than a lot of others. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think because of that, two other guys I thought have rose up in the draft above him in a lot of places. I think obviously you have the guy from Baylor, Edgecombe.
There's a lot of people saying Edgecombe could go to Philadelphia.
Yep.
There's a lot of people in Philadelphia like, no.
I
will give the Sixers credit.
I like Knipple better, but
I like Knipple a lot better. Not even close, but that's me. So Yanic goes, and he's going to be in that gray area. He's either going to be late first round, and I keep looking at the Clippers at 30.
Yeah.
Right? Despite the bad logo.
Okay.
And then I'm looking.
Can't even identify.
Then I look at the first 4 or 5 picks of the second round, which is tomorrow night. I mean, the draft used to be one night. It's no longer that way. It's a 2-night extravaganza now. So let's see. And that's the one I keep looking at over and over again. All right. Now, part of it is I know that, like I said, when Penn State worked out at the Intuit Dome, the Clippers people hung around a little bit. How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he is. Yanic is just a terrific guy. And very team-oriented, works hard in his game, has great footwork, quickness. Yeah. Brent Scott did a great job with him. In fact, you look at the 2 big men that Penn State has had in the first 2 years of the Mike Rhodes era, Qudus Wahab and Yanic Konan Niederhauser. Look at the improvement.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
From the day they walked in the building to the day they left. In a year each. That tells you about Penn State's ability, and Brent Scott, of course, would be with the big guys, their ability to work with these people and make them better. I mean, a year ago, a lot of people are going, what do they get this Yanic guy for? It's like, I'm like, and I watch practice. You know, I mean, I went to practice this morning, right? I watch practice a lot. And last summer, I remember going out to speak a couple of times in August, and eventually you do, after the football stuff, you slip in some basketball stuff. And I said, Yanic is going to surprise everybody. Oh, I don't know why we got this guy. I said, have you ever seen him play? And, of course, I got, no. Because for obvious reasons, Northern Illinois is not on TV that often, if at all, except during the MAC tournament.
Right.
And so I understand that part. And I remember watching him last summer saying, I think I said to Mike, I said, I give you a lot of credit here, but I said, I got to ask you something. How did everybody miss on this guy? Questions you can't answer. You're just fortunate you have them.
Absolutely.
And I think that's the one I'm looking at. I'm looking to see what will the Clippers do. I think the Clippers will be the difference between Yanic being a first-round pick and being a second-round pick. If they decide to go a different direction, then obviously he'll be a second-round pick. But I think the door might be open there. And what is Yanic doing with his money here? He was trying to get money so he can have his brother come over here from Switzerland. Brother wants to play football. All right. Met his brother. Brother, terrific kid. Speaks very highly of you.
He's in the minority.
No, not a great judgment character. Brother's a terrific kid. And that's what Yanic was doing. He was saving his money so eventually his brother can come over here and maybe play high school ball here, high school football here.
Nice.
I mean, that's,
I think,
there's I think people think that athletes blow their money. Oh, they got money, they don't know what to do with it. And in some cases, that is true. but most of the time, very responsible with it, very
Sure.
caring with
They're
it.
great.
It just depends on who you are.
Yeah,